What's up everybody, I'm Ghost5 and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be talking about how to implement an in-game date and time system. It's going to be super simple. It's going to be quite long though, but we're going to be able to change the hour format to 12-hour format to the 24-hour format and have multiple different day formats to choose from. We can speed up the time to whatever we want, and we can slow down the time to whatever we want. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So to start off, we have a simple canvas here, UI canvas. In that UI canvas, we have two text mesh pro objects, game objects. One for time, one for day. I just set everything 0, 0, 0, as you can see. So to start off, we're going to do add component. So I'm going to make a new script, name it clock, create and add. Now you can choose whatever game object you want in here. I'm just going to use a canvas for simplicity for the video, but you can put this anywhere you want. But for now, I'm just put it in the canvas. I'm go ahead and edit the script. I'm going to use Visual Studios for the scripting. You can use whatever you want, obviously. So to start off, once we're in the script, I'm going to remove the start function, and I'm also going to remove these two usings up here, and then I'm going to add two public variables. So public text and mesh pro GUI. I'm just gonna name this one UI underscore time underscore text, so I can know that it's for the UI text that relates to time. I'm also gonna make this into an array, so I can modify multiple multiple text fields at once. And I'm just gonna copy it, and then instead of being time, it's gonna be dates. And once we have that, so I'll make one more public variable. This time it's gonna be a float, and I'm gonna name it seconds per minute. This will determine how many seconds of real time per in-game minute. So I'm going to set it to a default of 1, so that way 1 real life second will be 1 minute in game. So once you have that set up, we're going to set up all the integers to count the time, day, month, when, etc, etc. So to start off, we're going to do int hour, int minutes, int day, int month, and int year. I'm gonna leave them blank. I'm not gonna send them to anything just yet. A little bit later. So next we're gonna make int max hour, so we know when we reach the maximum amount of hours, so we can count up into a day. So max hours are gonna be 24. This is 24 hours in a day. Int max min, so we know how much minutes are in an hour for in-game time. Then int max day, it's going to be 30 days. Now I'm just going to set make this to a set value. Obviously all months don't have 30 days, some have less, some have more, but just for simplicity I'm just going to make it into a set value. Int max months, we're going to make that to 12. This is only 12 months, and that's it. We're not going to set a max year because there's no reason to. And then lastly, we're going to set a float called timer. We're going to set that to 0. This will count how much time has passed since the last update of time, according to seconds per minute here. So let's implement the timer. We're going to do an if statement for this. So we're going to do if timer is bigger than or equal to seconds per minute. That's that value there. And we're going to do some code here. Then at the end of that code, we're going to set timer to equal to 0, so that it doesn't infinitely add time. It resets. Then we're going to do else. If that's not true, if the timer is not bigger than or equal to seconds per minute, then we're going to add time to the timer until it is. So plus equal time dot delta time. So once we get that done, we can set up the counting of time. So once the timer reaches the set limit, we can start counting time. So first off, we're going to add a minute, which is the smallest value here. So we can just simply do minute plus plus. We're going to check to make sure that minute is not bigger than the max minute. So if minute is bigger than or equal to max minute, we're gonna set minute back to 0 and add to the hour instead. And then we're gonna do the same thing, make sure hour is not bigger than or equal to max hour. Whoops. If it is, then we're gonna set the hour back to 0 and then add to day instead. And then we're gonna do the same thing for day. We're gonna set day to 1 instead of 0 because you can't have a day 0. Days always start at 1. And then we're gonna add to months instead. So add month plus plus, and then same thing for the month. You can't have month 0. Months always start by 1. So we're gonna set if it's bigger than or equal to max months. Then we're gonna set month to 1. And then add to the year instead. And that is the end of that tree. So far, the time will count on itself. We still have to set the time to a string, which I forgot to add up here. So we're gonna set 2 private variables, strings, one for time and one for date. And we're gonna use these to update the text fields. So to do that, we're gonna need a new function called, you name whatever you want, but I'm gonna name it set time and date string. And here we're going to use that to set the time and date. So we're going to call that function at the end of this loop here, or the end of this if statement. Set time date string. And there you go. Now we gotta set that up. But before we do that, we're going to add the function. We're going to add the ability to set different time formats and date formats. So for that, we're going to use a public enum class. Call it time format. And then we're gonna have time formats in here. So hour underscore 24, and then hour underscore 12. Since you can't start with a number, I started with hour first. So, and then we're gonna add another one for this time for dates format. And then we're gonna do month underscore day underscore year. And then day underscore month underscore year. And then we're going to do year underscore month underscore day. And then lastly, year underscore day underscore month. So once we get that done, we're going to make 2 more public variables here. One for time format, and we're going to name it time format simply. And then we're going to set it to a default of, I'm going to set it to a default of 24 hour. And then we're going to do another one for dates, date format, and name it date format equal to date format dot whatever default you want. And once you have that done, we're going to go down here. So we're going to make a switch for time format. So if you don't know what a switch is, basically it's kind of like an if statement, but instead of having a test to do to determine whether you go through the if statement or not, switch automatically goes to this variable here, and if this variable matches any case, so case dot hour 12, it'll go through that case and then break at the end. Always remember to break at the end of each case, or if not, it will just go through all cases. So for example, if the time format is set to hour 24, it'll go through this case, break out of the switch, so it won't execute any more code. Or if the case is time format dot hour 24, it'll go through it'll skip the hour 12 since it doesn't match since the time format variable doesn't match the case. It'll go to the next case and execute that code if it matches. So we're gonna have 2 different cases for the hour format or the time format, and then we're gonna do another switch down here for the dates, date format, and same thing applies here. So have 2 cases, or cases for all the different options. Remember to always break at the end of each case. And there you go. The date format switch is set up for all 4 different states or cases. We only have 4 states here. So once we do that, now we need to do the code that will set the strings. So let's do the 24-hour format first. So we're gonna start with the if statement here. If hour is less than or equal to 9, we're gonna do underscore time is equal to quotes 0 plus hour, then plus colon, so I can separate the hour from the minutes. And the reason why we do this is because this is a 24-hour format. There's always a 0 in front of a single digit hour. So if it's 600, it's 0600. It's not going to be 600. That makes sense. But anyways, if it's not a single digit hour or a single digit number, we're going to do simply time equals hour plus colon. The colon is just there to separate the hours from the minutes, so it can look nice. And then we do the minutes. If minutes is less than or equal to 9, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the minutes. So if minute is less than or equal to 9, we're gonna add a 0 in front of that. So this time, instead of setting time equal to, we're gonna do plus equal, and then we're gonna set 0 in front of that, and then minutes, and that's that. Else, if it's bigger than 9, we should simply do time plus equal minutes, and that's it. And that should do it for the 24-hour format. Now we're going to set up the 12-hour format. Now this one's a bit more tricky because you have to do some math in order to calculate or to convert 24-hour format time to 12-hour format time. So the minutes are the same because there's no difference there. The hour will be the same. The hour will be different. So we're going to set up a local variable, call it h. This will keep track of the converted hour. So we're going to do if hour is bigger than or equal to 13. 13 is 1 p.m. in 12-hour format. Then we're going to do h is equal to hour minus 12. And the reason why we're minusing 12 from hour is because in 24-hour format, when you reach 1300, the way you convert it into 12-hour format is simply subtract 12 from the hour. So if it's 1500, it's 3 p.m. If it's 1700, you just minus 12 and you get the 12-hour time from that. So that's why we're minusing 12 from the hour. So once we calculate that, we say that value into h, and we're going to use that to set the time. There's another state that's we need to do something special. If the hour is equal to 0, we need to set it to 12 because it doesn't do it automatically. Whoops. H equals 12 because there's no 0 hour and 12 hour. And then if that's not the case, then it's somewhere in between that we don't need to do anything. So h equals hour. And then at the end of that, we just simply do underscore time equals h plus colon, separate the hours from the minutes. I also forgot to set up a bool here. So we do under date time, private bool is AM. Set it to false for default. And the way we determine whether it's AM or PM, we're gonna do a private void awake. I'm gonna do an if statement here. If hour is less than 12, then A is AM equals true. And we're also going to use this to set the time, but we can do that a little bit later once we have this set up down here. And simply down here, we can do if is AM. Then we're going to do underscore time plus equal space AM. This is AM there. Else we're gonna do, so if it's not AM, then we're gonna do underscore time plus equal PM, because it's gonna be PM if it's not AM. And that's pretty much it for time, I think. I don't think I'm missing anything. And then date is super simple. Underscore dates, which is the string that we're going to use to set the dates, is equal to day plus / plus month plus / plus year. And that's pretty much it. You just copy this line here, paste it, and just simply switch out the variables here to match the format. So this one's month, day, year, so got changed these two here. This one's year, so the first one is gonna be year, day, and then month. And then the last one here is year, month, day. So change this to year. Whoops. Year, month, then day. And that's pretty much it. So now we have the strings set up. Now we have to set those strings to the text fields, to the array of text fields. So we're going to do for loops here. So for int I equals 0, if I is less than ui time underscore text, then we're going to do I plus plus parentheses. I'm just going to copy this and paste it. And so let's change it from time to dates right here. So dates, and we're simply going to do UI time dot underscore text at I dot text set equal to underscore time. And we do the same thing for days. So copy and paste, change time to dates. Or dates. Oh yeah, also this in this for loop, int I equals 0 if I is less than ui underscore time underscore text dot length. I forgot to add that part. There you go. And that's pretty much all set up. I don't think I'm missing anything there. So now we're actually gonna set the time in this function here. So there's three ways, or there's many ways we can do this. We can set it to a set value, so I can set it to 12 o'clock or whatever. Or we can use system dot dates time dot now dot hour. Or we can set it to a random number, so random dot range. We can use 0 to max hour or whatever you want. For me, I'm just gonna set it to system date time dot now dot hour. And I'm gonna do that for all the values I have here. So minutes equals minutes, day equals day, month equals month, year equals year. And that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna organize this so I can look a little nicer. There you go. And that's pretty much it. So make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think I am, but we'll find out once we press play. Alright, so let's go into Unity. Save. I'm just gonna press play. Oh, I gotta update gotta add the text fields here. So put time into time, then date into dates. 24, I'm gonna do 12-hour format, and month, day, year. Yeah, I'm just do like that. Press play, cross your fingers. And there we go. 3:25 p.m. and it's 3:22. So yeah, let's switch to 24-hour. Yep, that's correct. Let's switch to the format here. Yep, that's correct. Year, month, day. Yep. Year, day, month. That's correct. Yep. So it looks all good. we can speed up the time if you want to 2 times speed. I think that would be. Slow down the speed. Yep. Now the maximum speed that this clock can go is tied to the frame rate. So if I put it to 0, it's going each frame. But if you put it to 1, it'll be every second of real time. So that's pretty much it. You can have as many time text fields as you want, whatever the case may be for you. Also, you can also add more num classes for the date, or you can have the name of the month, set up a number, and you can also do that for a day, Monday through Friday. But for simplicity, I just use numbers just to count the numbers. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys like this type of content, let me know in the comments. Also, one thing before I end the video, I forgot to add one little line of code in void awake, this function here. We want to set time and date to string, so that way it'll update as soon as the game starts instead of having a little delay. So once I press play, as soon as it starts, it'll have a time. There you go. So that'll be the end of this video. If you like this type of content, like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Let me know what type of scripts you want to see me make, or if you need help with anything else. If you need more help with the scripts, comment down below and I'll help you out with the scripts. With that being said, I hope you like this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.